Long ago, when the world of Minecraft was still young, the overworld was quiet and peaceful. Mobs lived without fear, and the nights were calm under the watchful light of the moon. From the fires of creation, the creepers were born. Strange green beings with no arms, cursed and gifted at once. Their fate was to explode, to destroy, to be feared wherever they went. But not every creeper was the same. One small creeper, unlike his kin, carried a different heart. His name was Cirrus. Unlike the others, he did not wish to hiss and explode. He longed not for destruction, but for understanding. While the other creepers mocked him for hesitating, calling him weak and useless, Cirrus simply lowered his head, keeping the quiet hope that his life could mean something more. He lived near the edge of a vast forest where mushrooms towered like trees and fireflies danced in the shadows. Night after night, he watched the stars and wondered if his path was truly written. One evening, with courage filling his chest, he began a journey into the unknown. He wandered through the forest, where owls whispered in the distance and the moon painted silver patterns across the leaves. Along the way, he met a great spider weaving its web between the oaks. The creature's many eyes shimmered as it asked, "Why do you wander, little creeper?" Cirrus answered softly, "Because I do not want to explode. I wish to find another purpose." The spider laughed, reminding him that every creature had its role. Spiders hunt, skeletons shoot arrows, and creepers explode. But Cirrus walked on, refusing to accept that destiny could not be changed. Further into the night, he crossed a valley where arrows sang through the air. A skeleton stood there, practicing his aim under the moonlight. When Cirrus approached, the skeleton lowered its bow and studied him curiously. "You look lost," it said. Cirrus nodded. "Do you think we are bound only to what we were made for?" The skeleton paused before replying. "At first, I thought I was nothing more than a weapon. But sometimes when the moon is bright, I aim not to kill but to draw patterns in the sky. Even if the world made us for battle, we can still choose to find beauty." Cirrus felt hope bloom inside him, a fragile spark that maybe he too could find another way. Days later, his wandering feet carried him to the edge of a village. Hidden in the shadows, Cirrus watched the villagers as they traded, worked, and laughed. For the first time, he saw life unshaped by fear or violence. Though he dared not reveal himself, he found a quiet joy in helping from the dark. When zombies crept too close at night, he hissed just enough to frighten them away without exploding. The villagers never knew that their unseen guardian was a creeper with no arms and a heart full of doubt, but Cirrus was content simply to protect them. One night, as he kept watch over the fields, he heard the heavy footsteps of a player. The figure wore diamond armor that glistened beneath the stars, and in their hand shone a sword, sharp and ready. When the player saw Cirrus, instinct flared. The weapon was raised, and every fiber of Cirrus's being told him to explode. But something inside him whispered louder, "I don't want to." For a long moment, the night was silent. Then, slowly, the player lowered their sword. Their eyes lingered, as if they too could sense the gentleness in Cirrus. Without a word, the player turned and walked away, leaving Cirrus standing in the moonlight, his heart beating with both fear and relief. From that night onward, Cirrus became more than just a creeper. To his kin, he was a coward. To the other mobs, he was strange. But to the forest, the wind, and those who still believed in gentle souls, Cirrus became a quiet legend, Some say he still roams the woods, watching, protecting, always resisting the urge to explode. And though he walked alone, he was lonely no more, for he had proven that even in a world built of blocks and battles, one could choose a different path.